I can't believe I'm back already. Yep. I mean, we literally just uploaded, but we're back. Because we have huge news in regards to Kieran Tierney, ladies and gentlemen. Play that intro. Hello, nice to see you once again. It's a busy day. I said earlier in my video, a quiet Wednesday is what I was anticipating. Boy was I wrong. Not only have we had the news that we discussed in the video published earlier today in regards to Kyogo, we have got this huge update on the future of Kieran Tierney and the transfer to Celtic, which is looking like it's about to happen. So bear with me, like and subscribe. We're going to try and cover it all. I don't want to keep you here all day, so let's go. So the bombshell has been dropped. Fabrizio Romano has given us some excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on screen at the post from 2:15 this afternoon. Fabrizio Romano, Celtic and Kieran Tierney. The deal is on, claims Fabrizio Romano after weeks of speculation as to whether or not he is going to become a Celtic player this season or next season. Well, I've said it for a while now. It's going to happen. It's basically a certainty. We have the, hopefully, confirmation from Fabrizio Romano that that deal is imminent following this tweet this afternoon. Of course, on the January 3rd, he reported that negotiations were underway with Kieran Tierney to return to Celtic from Arsenal. Discussions were then taking place. He was keen on the move. They had to reach an agreement on it happening. It then obviously transpired into reports that he was going to take a huge wage cut from around 100 grand a week to 35 grand a week at Celtic, assuming that would probably take a huge signing on bonus too. It has been a whirlwind since this all came out around Christmas time that there was a chance of it happening, and it looks as though it is happening now. Absolutely delighted. Hopefully we get an announcement soon, but, and this is why we're here today, but people still asking the question, when will he be joining? Is it in this window? Is it in the summer window? Can we afford to bring him in between now and the end of the season? Well. That tweet may look vague, but the follow-up to this tweet is what gives away some huge information that might kind of give us an idea that Tierney will be here in the January window. Because moments later, we got this update from Fabrizio Romano. Literally, the next post, he said that Como, Italian side Como, have made contact for Alex Valle as their new left-back, on the understanding that Kieran Tierney's move to Celtic can now open doors for Alex Valle's new loan from Barcelona. Como are strongly interested as they see Valle as a top talent, and negotiations are apparently on. So this is a huge piece of information which for me basically confirms that if Tierney's coming in now, which looks like it's happening, it's going to be in this window. Because I don't think this would be green-lighted at all if Celtic weren't getting Tierney in this window. I don't think this is something that we'd be up for as a club. He is right now one of our two left-backs. He's been starting games, he's been coming in games. He's still a huge part of this squad at the minute, but with Kieran Tierney coming in, obviously his future's a bit up in the air. Now, what I will say is, first of all, a bit gutted in the sense that I like Alex Valle. I think he's a good player. I'd like to have seen him stay at Celtic and get more time at the club. But it's just how the situation has sort of unravelled leaves us to where we are right now. But if Barcelona are in active talks with Como, and Barcelona have also spoke to Celtic about this, that all but confirms that Tierney is arriving in the January transfer window. We wouldn't let Valle go. I wouldn't be up for letting Valle go anyway. And I don't know how much of a choice we have in the matter anyway. Barcelona, I think, can just kind of recall him if they wanted to. But I don't think we'd be desperate to see him go anywhere when we have huge European games potentially on the horizon should we get past Young Boys and Aston Villa and into that top 24 and staying there, I should say, in that top 24. So it looks as though Tierney's coming in this window. Because if Valle's off, there's only one reason for that loan ending so soon, and that's because of him. So this is huge news coming out this afternoon. I mean, Kieran Tierney returning to Celtic is such a big deal, and I don't think we can downplay it in any sense of the word. This is a massive situation that I don't think a month ago we wouldn't have seen happening. On the 15th of December, I wouldn't have been saying Kieran Tierney will be back here in a month's time. But it's looking like in the coming week, or 2 weeks at least, before the end of this transfer window, Kieran Tierney could be a Celtic player once again. Now, it's almost a guarantee. I'm very much willing to say that. I've said it multiple times in this video. I feel like I'm repeating myself and I'm rushing here. But it's basically a guarantee he'll be here next season. The whole problem was whether or not we could get him between now and the end of the season. It's now looking like that is very likely. That raises a few questions. People will be asking, okay, what happens with Greg Taylor? What's the situation with him? That's still unknown. That's still up in the air. We've heard conflicting reports that he wants to stay at Celtic, that he wants to go, that there's teams interested. So Tierney might be a Celtic player next season. That's no guarantee. We haven't heard them in pre-contract discussions with anyone, any solid links to that anyway. So Taylor's future still unknown. Big question marks surrounding that. People also asking the question, if Tierney does come in this window, can he play in Europe? Is he able to play in the Champions League? He wouldn't be able to play against Young Boys or Aston Villa. By all my research that I've done in the UEFA legislations to do with squad registration, I can't find any line that details that there's another squad registration window before those games. Contrary to Football Manager, if you play FM, you'll know that you can register a new squad for those games. But in the official registration rules, there is nothing that details anywhere that he could play in those 2 games. However, there is a registration period for the next round. So Celtic finish in the top 24. We get through to playing in that playoff round, they call it. He can be registered for that. He can play in that, and he could play beyond that. So if we made it to the last 16 quarterfinals, I mean, keep dreaming. But just hypothetically, if that was to happen, he can play. Those are the 2 major questions. Taylor, Champions League. That's the answers that I can give you just now. I have a strong feeling that Taylor might end up staying if they can come to an agreement on the money, the wages. That's got to be the biggest stumbling block. We heard that Taylor wanted £25,000 a week. I don't see them paying a combined 50k for 2 left backs if Tierney's on this 35 grand that's been reported. So if they could get that down, I think Taylor could stay. I think Taylor would be happy to share that role with Kieran Tierney, the way that things have kind of developed over the last couple of weeks. But there is no guarantees around that right now. We have a breaking news update as I record, literally 2 minutes ago. It is 16:38. 16:38, and literally 2 minutes ago, we have a further update on the whole situation. Wow, this is a hectic day for videos on the channel. So this is the latest now. Anthony Joseph has reported an update to the story saying that Celtic are close to agreeing that pre-contract terms with Arsenal left-back Kieran Tierney, and Celtic are expected to explore the possibility of taking Tierney on loan till the end of the season, especially if they qualify for the Champions League knockout round. So, just to break this down from Anthony Joseph of Sky Sports, I think effectively what he's saying here is the pre-contract talks are done, and next season Celtic will have Kieran Tierney. It's close to being finished and done. We might hold off on any official announcements until we find out what's happening here. I don't think that Celtic want to tease the fans into thinking he could be signing for us in this window and then he doesn't. So I expect Celtic to hold off on any official announcements. However, this line here, especially if they qualify for the knockout rounds, we may need to wait until that Aston Villa game is done and dusted before we hear if we get him on loan. So I think essentially what this is, if Celtic make it to the playoff round, they might be willing to pay the money that they need to pay to bring him in on loan. If we don't make it to the playoff round, Celtic might look at it in a sense of, well, there's no point in us paying that money now. We've got what we need to win this league. We've got what we need to finish off this season. We'll wait till next year to bring in Tierney. So I think that's essentially what we're looking at. As I said, this is literally 5 minutes ago from Anthony Joseph. Looks like the situation as things stand. Yeah, Kieran Tierney coming to Celtic this window. Still a bit up in the air, but the talks are close to being done. Fantastic. I'm going to get this video up before another update comes out. Sorry for how hectic this has been. Take care of yourself. God bless you. God bless Kieran Tierney. God bless the Celtic. I'll see you all next time.